forgot to start recording. My bad. Ooh, okay. Sorry about that. Give me a second. And we are live. Back at it again. Your boy Ross Camara coming to you live. Welcome to the Avo Comedian Podcast, an entertainment branch provided by the Afro-Latino Immigrant Society, a 503 nonprofit fighting for the equal rights of Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Latino, and African immigrants. We also fight for the criminal justice reform for African Americans. Get a little bit of background. We were founded on September 17, 2011 on Zuccotti Park, located in New York City, Wall Street Financial District. A movement that fought against the economic inequality, and they also gave a rise to the wilder Occupy Wall Street movement in the United States and the world. Founded by yours truly, your boy Ross Camara. Actually, my government name is actually Jairo Andres, aka the Avo Comedian Podcast, aka the CEO of Afro-Latino Immigrant Society, aka Nene, aka Ross Camara, which is Rasta for Professor. Bring down the volume. Aka Ay Dios Mío, you speak Spanish. In this segment of Q&R, we will talk and review the tracking of the coronavirus. We're going to talk about the maps. We're going to talk about the last speech that our president just gave to us. So make sure you go to all social medias and support our podcast right now. Go to Spotify, go to Apple Podcasts to be able to find us. You can also find us on Radio FM for any of those that use those type of apps. We're also on the Google Podcast. So if you want to listen to us while you're in the car, or even though stay home right now, we're in quarantine mode, so you should be able to watch us on YouTube or Periscope. So make sure y'all follow, make sure y'all support the podcast right now. The first thing I wanted to mention is that we are 19 days away from freedom. So in 19 days, most likely, according to our president, this whole shenanigans will be over. There will be no more quarantine. There will just be a nation report because there will be no more quarantine. So we're looking forward for what the president is saying, that we're going to be over in a minute. So let's hope that the president is right. Let's hope that everything goes back. Because, we care more about the markets than we care about human beings dying or laying down, It's like, hey, human beings, get it together. Stop dying. We need to get our economy back in power, because people die for capitalism, but capitalism will never die for you. Just to let you know. So, remember the speech by JFK that goes, ask not what your country could do for you, ask what you could do for your country. Well, your country's not doing nothing for you. So I'm letting you know right now. All right, so let's get back to the regular screen. Give me 1 second.
So let's remember a speech by Governor Cuomo. Trump is going to be the one to choose 26.
Oh yeah, there was another thing.
Who will have to die for his.
Yeah, the biggest soundbite of tonight, because of today, is Cuomo saying, "How you gonna send me 400,000? How you gonna send me 400 ventilators when I need 30,000? You pick the 26,000 people that gotta die, because I'm not doing it. I might shop the whole." Speech and the whole quote, but it's something like that. It's something about like you have to put all your efforts in New York. Do not let where's FEMA? Why is he not putting the like? Stop talking about Boeing. Stop talking about bailing out the corporations that Boeing been suffering because Boeing been selling 757 that have mistakes. Of course, Boeing has been. Now you're trying to use. Now he's trying to use the coronavirus as an excuse to bail out these companies that, that's not an emergency right now. You know what's an emergency? Helping people, helping a hospital get masks, helping governments to run properly, helping. Shout outs to El Chapo One in the building. Shout outs to you, El Chapo. Free El Chapo, free El Chapo's son, free El little Chapos, free all the little Chapos. No, yeah, but it's very disturbing that we have a president that cares more about the economy than the than the well-being of Americans. I'm not surprised, like I said before. Out of Trump, we could expect the worst, and I'll still be not impressed. No, yeah, but it's very. Yeah, I hate this the static noise. I have the static noise. Jesus Christ! Can this computer stop making noise? Jesus. Check, check. Man, that sounds disgusting. Yeah. Okay, this is static noise. Is it gone? Yes, the static noise is gone. What's the electricity that was creating this? Check, check. Is it? I feel like the static noise is gone, but. No, now I'm creating a worse situation with both of this plane. But what else can I do here in this one? Let's get back to the news. Sorry about that. Let's get back to the news. I was a little bit trying to make sure that I adjust the volume because I don't want to kill your ears. And I also don't like the but that's what happens when computers. All right, so worldwide we are reaching the 500,000 mark sooner or later. Maybe by the end of the week, we will have almost 500,000 people that have been sick with this disease. I don't know what population of the world that is, but 500,000 people getting this thing is serious. 18,000 people have died of this disease. So many politicians are trying to downplay it because they're saying that's only 18,000 people. We lose 50,000 people of the flu every day, trying to justify that it's the same thing. I'm here to tell you it's not the same thing. The way this is escalating it rapidly is just crazy. You know, this it's like what was it? Cardi B called it that the coronavirus is on tour, and literally is going from country to country, destroying families, basically killing the most vulnerable. Because you know we all want to grow old, we all want to age well, we all want to retire. So for those people that have been working hard all their life, you know, now they have to deal with the risk of dying because of going outside. You know, like right now, young people are not taking it serious. I don't know if you guys recall of the young lady that I put in my YouTube account. I mentioned a young lady that she's where is she from again? I think she's from Florida. She was partying like everybody else. Everybody else, she was partying last week. She was at the beach. You know, she mentioned that, and she contracted the virus. And now the hospitals in Florida are just telling her that you have to quarantine for 14 days. And you know, she has asthma problems, and she's pleading, you know, in this video that she's basically saying like, I need help. And all they told me was basically stay away from people. That's a reality that some people are going to start living, and you know, unfortunately, some of them are not going to be able to survive because this virus is not for playing. Reality that some people are going to start living, and you know, this virus is very vicious. This virus doesn't see race, doesn't see age, doesn't see anything. You know, a lot of the people are heading towards to the ER. I think 24% of them are actually young people that didn't take this serious, and now are currently dealing with. Oh, so here it is. I'm sorry about that. Here's you go to my YouTube. So this is a young lady. Actually, she's a trans man. So I should call her trans man. I don't think she directs herself as women. So.
But I've just been notified that I've been infected with the coronavirus. I feel nothing, so I'm good.
She's transgender?
Chance.
Well, I don't know if she's transgender, but she directs herself like a boy, so I'm pretty sure that she's a boy, you know? You don't gotta. Even though she's a woman physically, she was born a woman, she calls herself a girl. She acts like a girl, the way she's talking is like a man talking to me, you know? So.
I woke up out my sleep with a high fever. It was like some shit I never felt before. Threw up everywhere. Fucking passed out. Paramedics came got me. Took me to the emergency room. They said that I had a bug. I had influenza. Gave me a prescription. They said I was good. Let me walk about the hospital.
To get more people sick.
Today, my respiratory system has not been working. I haven't been able to breathe, yo. She just told me that my respiratory system is infected, severely infected. 95% I have corona, 5% I don't. So I really, like, I'm so good. They got me locked in the room. And they talking about it's a dog, basically, like, it ain't nothing they can do, you feel me? And that the test is so it's so limited. So they just want me to self-quarantine and shit like that. But my shit is already shutting down on my respiratory system. And they want me to go home with my fucking family, dog, and put my fucking family in jeopardy of this shit instead of fucking helping a nigga. You feel me?
You're gonna look at us.
But I'm the soldier, you dig? Shit crazy. But everybody that has been around me though on some G shit, please y'all go get tested, whatever the fuck y'all can do, bro, cause this shit is serious as fuck. This shit is serious, and the feeling that I ain't got from this shit, my body hurts, son.
Man, pray for her. I'm not gonna put the whole video, but pray for her. I feel for her, you know. She's unable to do anything. She's in a very messed up situation. You feel like you're in between a wall and a sword. So pray for her, pray for her family. Hopefully her antibodies will resist and, you know, she'll be good. But people gotta take this serious. She mentions later on that she was partying, she didn't take it serious, and now guess what? It should be a learning lesson to everybody else to see, like, look, this is serious. Also, breaking news: NYPD says that currently 177 uniformed members and 34 civilian members, basically, are non-sworn officers. You know, people that work in the offices, people that, you know, the mechanic that works for the NYPD. You know, he's an officer, but he's not really an officer. Tested positive for coronavirus. So there's a lot of coronavirus in between the police department. That's gonna shut that down because pretty sure everybody's calling out sick. if you have 117 cases, you also have to count 500 people that probably had contact with those persons, and now they can't go home because they also are in quarantine for 14 days. So yeah, this virus is crazy. They are also releasing some. I think Bill de Blasio mentioned that when he started his when he started when he started his not his career, but he when he started his term as mayor, there were 11,000 people on Rikers Island. Right now, there's 5,000 people. They're trying to get rid of those people that have less than a year. You know that they're probably finishing their sentences. Maybe finishes their sentences at home would be the most efficient thing. They were probably in talks of doing this because again, everybody's been trying to push criminal justice reform with New York City now having a better situation when it comes to drugs and like the administration of marijuana. There's a lot of people in jail that have multiple felonies, but most of them are because of marijuana. With the fact that now the city is either decriminalizing those records or basically sponging those records, a lot of those people are now eligible for their freedom because you can't be having a law for a certain amount of the population and then have a different law for other amount of the population. So free the homies, free the people in jail. Don't free Harvey Weinstein. Keep his ass in jail. Keep his ass under the jail. Like forget that man. Don't try to give no sympathy to Harvey. Don't try to act like no. Fuck Harvey Weinstein. Let him if he dies tomorrow, let him die. I have no sympathy for that man. So yeah, China. Let's get back to the dates. I forgot to say this. I don't want to read this actually. I want to go to the news updates. You guys can see
What
that.
crazy numbers though, in Italy, 10% death rate.
Yeah, the numbers are very scary to talk about. Like, I'm not trying to ignore the numbers, but like when you start seeing just talking about so many deaths, it just you become numb to that. So I don't want to become numb to seeing people, not seeing people dying, but like that's sad news. Like you just don't rumble around that like that. So it's very sad what Italy is going through, what Spain is going through. Very, very sad. Man, this thing's not loading right. So, damn, what's going on with you, BNO News? Y'all here down performing. You was on track. Nah. All right. So over the past 24 hours, Spain has reported. Actually, let me get some people in here. I'll be right back. Mic check 1 2 1 3. Mic check 1 2 1 3. Sounding good.
I've been very clear. I have an immediate problem on the equipment for this wave that is happening. PPEs, gowns, masks, most important are the ventilators. And there has been no response. There has been no response. And that's why I said right here, look.
Andrew Cuomo is little by little becoming America's mayor. You know, like during 9/11, Rudy Giuliani became America's mayor. Well, actually, I misspoke. Governor Cuomo is going to become America's governor.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are relying on him. A lot of people trust him. And this is the right time that we need politicians for that, for comfort. We don't need politicians to fight over us. We don't need politicians to just talk to investors. We need politicians to calm mom, calm dad, calm people that, regular people. Breaking news. 11 residents of the Lambeth House retirement in New Orleans have now died from coronavirus. 42 residents have been infected. Oh my God.
In Louisiana, the coronavirus is the fastest spread in the US right now. They didn't get it right away, they got it late.
And FEMA is known for not doing a good job in New Orleans. FYI, Hurricane Katrina, when President Bush left black people basically like dying, like there were people drowned for days, and FEMA took 2 days to respond when people were actually drowning on TV, national TV. It looked like a third world country. I mean, even countries like Philippines have a better response than what FEMA did. So for FEMA to downperform in New Orleans, that's very critical because at the end of the day, New York State could run itself. New York State doesn't actually need much of the federal government because as states, every state is a corporation. And New York is the biggest corporation of the world. So you can't compare New York to Louisiana. But I'm pretty sure the Louisiana mayor is not going to have the resources enough to combat this disease. So he needs the federal government. He needs the federal government to have his nose there. Louisiana and all the small little countries, little states, we always need like a third party. You always need the FBI to investigate the locals because probably sometimes the police department has its road or is not doing good investigations on itself. So according to BNO News, why keeps bringing me to here? Says a 26-year-old man from Missouri was charged with making terrorist threats. He made a prank video in which he licked an item at Walmart to mock fears over coronavirus. Yeah, there's been an alarming cases of white supremacists that are currently talking to each other online on trying to plot a way of infecting minority children, police officers. So watch out, man. In this times in this critical times, people take advantage of this type of situations. A lot of clowns come out of the woodworks. Kentucky Governor Beshear says one person who attended coronavirus party has tested positive for coronavirus. Morons. don't feel bad for you. British police to people sunbathing in London in the UK first day of lockdown. It's not a holiday. So yeah, seems like certain people are not taking this serious.
Guys, you can't stand the green. You all go home. Guys, you can't stand the green. You all go home. You all go home, please. It's not a holiday. It's a lockdown. If you need to just come in someplace, can you please just leave?
Another case of people not taking this virus serious.
Lockdown enforced. If you please get off the green and go home.
New Jersey man charged with terrorist threats after coughing on supermarket employee and telling her that he had coronavirus. Are you serious? People are really doing this? Coronavirus timeline. On January 19, we had 100 cases. On January 24, we have 1,000 cases. The next 7 days, we have 10,000 cases. Then on February 12th, we have 50,000 cases. On March 6th, we reached 100,000 cases. On March 18th, we reached 200,000 cases. On 3 days later, we added up 300,000 cases. 3 days later, we had 100,000 cases. In total, we have 400,000 cases. I'm pretty sure this is worldwide. Yeah, this is worldwide. Dow Jones up 2,112 points, 11.3%, as Congress nears coronavirus stimulus deal, making it the best day on Wall Street since 1933. Yeah, let's give 2 claps. Don't really care about Wall Street right now. F Wall Street. Los Angeles County reports first child deaths. Oh man, that's so sad. That's so sad. Sorry, give me 1 second. Where is Daniel's at?
So we went from 100 cases in January 19 to 400,000 cases. That's 4,000 times increase in 2 months.
Yeah, it's quadrupling, and that's why people gotta take this serious because it's gonna.
Quadruple would be 400 times. This is 4,000 times.
That's crazy. That's 4,000 times. That's so scary.
Maybe now when the child died, people will take it seriously. Finally, the child.
I'm trying to search the children article.
But like another state to watch is New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey
They're
came out of
like
nowhere.
second.
Yeah, New
They're
Jersey.
right
Oh,
after
New Jersey overpassed Washington very fast, and Washington was the first state that had the disease. So for New Jersey to advance like that is also very, very scary.
But I guess it's because of such a close proximity to New York and Connecticut.
Oh no, definitely. It's like I could be in New York and I could go, oh, I'm going to Suniel's house, and then I go and got everybody sick in his house.
So I guess because New York has 25,000 cases, then this is why New Jersey is approaching 4,000.
Yeah, it's the proximity, it's bad location. and people that live in New Jersey and work in New York. That's another case too. That's very common. That's why it's when you measure that, you got to measure the metropolitan area. You can just measure one state. It could be Connecticut. Could have a big influence too. Oh my God, this computer slows down so bad right every time I'm on live stream. It's so annoying. Shouldn't be like that. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to find this freaking article. I think I finally have it, but I don't want to. So, I'm sad to say Los Angeles reached another grand milestone amid the coronavirus pandemic Tuesday when health officials announced the first death of someone younger than 18. Experts have long said that older people are more susceptible to the virus and that young people in general are less likely to contract the virus. But health officials said on Tuesday. Sorry. Health officials said on Tuesday. Man, where's not? Sorry. Experts have long said that older people are more susceptible to the virus and that young people in general are less likely to contract the illness, but health officials said Tuesday the death underscores the threat that coronavirus poses to the entire population. This is devastating. This is a devastating reminder that COVID-19 affects people of all ages. Los Angeles County Public Health Department Director Barbara Ferrer said. The health department was working to confirm how the minor contracted the virus and whether any underlying health issues exacerbates the illness. The agency also is working to confirm whether the case marks the first such deaths of minor linked to coronavirus in the country, but cases are not always broken down by age, said Tim Gilman, representative of the department, the person living in Lancaster. Mayor Eric Garcetti told CNN the victim was a teenager. The death toll of Los Angeles now stands at 11. According to the CDC and prevention report released last week, there have been no coronavirus fatality There have been no coronavirus fatalities in the United States of people under 18. The report also said there have not been reported ICU admissions for people under 19.
It's 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock, guys. Age breakdown. Relatively, few young people have tested positive in Los Angeles County, but the data shows people between the ages of 18 and 65 have tested positive more often. The numbers exclude Pasadena and Long Beach. 0 to 17, 10 cases. 18 to 40, 268 cases. 250 or 41 of 65. And 65 and plus, they have 107 cases. In Orange County, the numbers are similar. 0 to 17, 1, 18 to 49, 87, 50 to 64, 41, 65 and up, 23. Here are the stage-wide age breakdowns as of Monday. 0 to 17, 25, All right, right. Child risk. Overall, officials have said young children are lesser risk than other older persons from contracting the virus. One possible reason why babies, toddlers, and young children have not been critical threatened is because im- because of their immature immune system and an underdeveloped immune system might prevent the body from triggering inflammation severe enough to result in pneumonia, septic shock, or organ failure. The sweeping review of 44,672 lab confirmed COVID 19 patients in China, published in March by Chinese authority, found that no deaths occur occur among anyone younger than 10. Another study by experts in Wuhan, the epicenter of the outbreak, published in the Journal of the American Media Association, sought to review all hospitalized infants diagnosed with COVID-19 infections between December 8th and February 6th in China. By February 6th, there have been 31,211 confirmed cases of COVID 19 and 637 fatalities. But the author could only find 9 infected babies who were hospitalized worldwide. None of the 9 infants required intensive care, mechanical ventilation, or had any severe complication. 4 had fever, 2 had mild upper respiratory tract system, and one had tested. No one had no symptoms but tested positive for the virus because the baby exposure to infected family. There were symptoms available for. Oh, sorry.
But even though the children and the babies are not at the highest risk to be in intensive care, I think that a different study by Chinese government indicated that they were like a huge driver in terms of spreading the virus.
The kids.
The kids, yeah. But
Okay.
luckily they were not.
Because you can.
Adults.
We also should attach importance to asymptomatic cases, which may play a critical role in the transmission process, the report said. Respiratory droplets in contact are the main transmission routes. Close contact with symptomatic cases and asymptomatic cases with silent infection are the main transmission routes of novel coronavirus infection in children. And while children are largely spared the worst effects of the coronavirus, the first reports to document COVID-19 deaths in children make clear that those under 18 are neither immune from infection nor completely spared from becoming very sick. In China, the novel coronavirus has claimed the lives of a 10-month-old and a 14-year-old, at least.
So yeah, Los Angeles just got the first under 18 deaths. It's not as common, but that's gonna bring a lot of concerns for everybody because, yeah, one thing that people care the most is about their children. So if their children will be affected by this, I'm pretty sure more than one parent right now is like gasping for air. Like what?
I think that situation maybe will force some of the parents to reconsider their attitude towards vaccination. You know how some parents
Oh
choose
yeah,
not to
vaccination
vaccinate their
activists
kids.
are nowhere to be found right now.
Well, for this virus, yes, but a lot of parents, especially in California, choose not to vaccinate their kids against many diseases, infectious diseases that the FDA suggests to vaccinate your kids against. So I think that should be assessed.
That's true.
So what's going on with that ship that was turned away from Chile and now is heading towards Florida?
No, no, no.
You know what? Well, Channel 7 News reported that a cruise ship that carries 42 sick passengers is on its way to Fort Lauderdale. It was previously turned away by Chile because of the sick passengers on the ship, and they don't have any obviously tests available on that ship to test people against coronavirus, but there are 42 sick passengers on that particular ship.
That's crazy.
It's a Holland America cruise ship. It was off the coast of Peru, going towards Chile.
Wow.
Initially, that ship was granted permission to.
Are you gonna talk in the microphone? Or you just gonna come in and out? Cause if you want to talk, you can talk, or you can just send me the article. If you kind of like gonna read the news, you want to like read it all throughout. You don't want to do it in shop, like. You know what I'm saying? Like. We are back. Sorry about that. Singapore young adults now make up a large group of coronavirus patients. In Singapore, most of the patients aged are between 20 and 29 were infected overseas, primarily in the UK. Some idiot in Kentucky has tested positive for COVID-19 after attending a coronavirus party. That's crazy. As a huge coronavirus crisis looms in Brazil's horizon, Bolsonaro goes on TV to boast of his physical prowess, denounce media hysteria, call for schools to be reopened, in gratitude mock the kind of wise Brazilian doctors Drauzio Varela, strong and stable leadership. Pelo Más Atleta. 11 residents of the Lambeth House retirement home in New Orleans have now died from coronavirus. 42 patients have been infected. Jessica Luston says, I wrote about my family experience over the past 2 weeks as my husband has been seriously sickened by the virus. This was not an easy ride, but I had to. Barta director Rick O'Brien of the biotech industry, don't wait until you have COVID-19 a COVID-19 product to ramp up manufacturing. Start getting ready now. Italy is now worrying preview of what U.S. faces in just a few weeks. There are coffins stacked in parking lots, too many for the crematories to burn, one Italian doctor told me. If you're a hospital administrator, lock up your PPE, put a security guard on it. This stuff is walking out the door. The governor of the governor of Chihuahua has just announced the total closure of shopping malls, cinemas, restaurants, gyms, theaters, museums, bars, and parks and spas. Let me read it in Spanish. El gobierno de Chihuahua, el gobernador de Chihuahua, Javier Corral, acaba de anunciar el cierre total de centros de comerciales, cines, restaurantes, gimnasios, teatros, museos, bares, parques y balnearios. So, Mexico the city of Chihuahua, Mexico, currently is on total lockdown, according to the governor. This is a wrap for the Spotify recording. This is a wrap. Thank you for listening to the Ava Comedian podcast. I'll be recording in a second another episode. I'm out. So yeah, Brazil's president apparently is downplaying this whole situation.
What are the numbers?
I don't know.
I'll tell you in a second. Oh my god, the list of countries keeps going in this. This is so crazy. Oh, because the numbers are almost as bad as Canadian numbers. 2,247 people. Look how long is the list now. This is crazy. It was just one page list. Now it just keeps going.
Yeah, but send it to me. Like, I do most of the things on the computer. Like, the thing is, you're doing things like sharing it with me, and what you have to understand is we gotta share it with everybody. So it's like, yeah, but if you send it to me on my computer, I already told you different methods to send it to me. I said you could share it on your Twitter, and I'll just go on your Twitter. I go simply on your Twitter, and I could read it. But when you do it in my face, and I'm trying to like think of what to do next here, it messes me up because then I'm like, what was I thinking about? Because I got 2 screens to look at, 3 screens to look at. So if you share it with me, it's easier. But like I keep telling you, look, your account is right here. I could go to your account and you could share it, and I could just click on it. Way easier. If you put things in my face, I'm so concentrating on other things right now that I'm unable to focus.
Okay, I get it.
The number of confirmed coronavirus cases in the United States has surpassed 50,000, or 12.3% of all known worldwide cases. So we are taking the lead. Kimi Jashimo says that by Sunday afternoon, California had conducted almost 26,400 coronavirus tests on its 40 million people. New York, which has half of as many residents, has performed more than 78,000 as of Monday. Why is the state lagging? Wow, California, look at you. Boom. Governor Cuomo to Trump administration. You picked the 27,000 people who are going to die. Are you seriously hiring travel agents now? We are hiring less travel agents. Are you interested in working? Well, most likely they fire a lot of them, so they need to replace the old ones with the new ones. Trump cares more about money and economy, not about the people. Look what's happening in Italy. Don't let it happen in the United States. Breaking news: Italy reports 5,249 new cases of coronavirus and 743 new deaths, raising total to 69,167 cases and 6,820 deaths. Chile did not allow the chip. Why does Florida government wants to put its people? Most likely it came from Florida. Let's read. But I agree, Governor DeSantis is so inept. He can do nothing right. He messes things up badly. Let's read about this cruise ship that a cruise ship with 42 sick people aboard is heading to the Port Everglades and is expected to dock next week. The people, 13 guests and 29 crew members aboard Holland's American Saram are experiencing flu-like symptoms, a statement from the cruise line said. Initially, the ship was granted permission to disembark in Punta Arenas, Chile, but it was later rescinded. No testing for coronavirus is available in the ship, according to the statement. Update: Broward Commissioner Michael Udine and Mark Bourgain want to stop the ship from docking on Port Everglades. Port says CDC has no sorry. CDC, sorry about that. CDC has no formal reports of illness on the chip, Holland, America. Since Since it is the flu season and COVID 19 testing is not available on board, it is difficult to determine the cost of the elevated cases at this time. Um, all 1,243 guests have been asked to stay in their staterooms as the ship sails to Fort Lauderdale. It is expected to dock March 30th. Wow. The safety and well-being of our guests and crews is one of the highest priorities, the statement said. There are 586 crew members on board. There's no required to operate a ship or there's no required to operate the ship are in quarantine while those who are needed to maintain operations are self-isolating when not working. Those who are experiencing wow, so the ship's got people sick working no matter what. Because hey, you want to bail out the chips? Look how they treat their workers like it's slavery. Those who are experiencing symptoms have been isolated and their close contacts are in quarantine. The Sudan left from Buenos Aires, Argentina, March 7, and was scheduled to end in San Antonio, Chile, on March 21st. The ship departed prior to the cruise line March 17 decision, wow, to suspend all operations globally for 30 days. No one has been off the ship since March 14 in Punta Arenas when guests were told they could disembark for flights, but then later prohibited from leaving. The statement from Holland said the ship was at an anchor for several days in Valparaiso, Chile, while it took on more provisions and fuel before departing to Fort Lauderdale. However, the ship is still trying to secure permission to enter Panama Canal and looking into that is crazy. Nobody wants your dirty ass ship. Nobody wants you. Only Fort Lauderdale was like, all right, I'll take you.
Industry. And of course, this crisis is not their making, but you can't just give them that money to do anything they want. If we're going to bail out the airline industry, if you're going to bail out tourism, if you're going to bail out hotels, etc., what you have to do is make sure that that money is going to protect working people. And what you're seeing in the United Kingdom, in other countries, is they are saying to employers, if you retain your workers, even if you furlough them, even if they're working from home.
So we had 120 viewers. Shout outs to you on this video. Shout outs to y'all.
Yes, I do understand that major industries, through no fault of their own, are in trouble. But our job is not to make these industries richer, not to allow them to do stock buybacks, but to protect the workers in those companies. And it is going to cost a lot of money, but not spending that money now will make a bad situation even worse. Because as you know, there are some people out there talking about by the end of June, unemployment being 20, 25, 30%. So right now, our focus has got to be, in my view, to make sure that all workers in this country are kept whole, they continue to get their paycheck, to make certain that in addition to that, people get a check of $2,000 a month, to make certain right now that we move in an unbelievably aggressive way to make sure that our healthcare providers, our doctors and our nurses are not dying on the job trying to protect us. And that means that Trump has got to enforce in a vigorous way the Defense Production Act to make sure that companies now are you need at the moment, masks, gowns, gloves on the
Good job, Senator Sanders.
to do that. Some already
You always lead by example.
They need to be compensated well, but they got to transform their production capabilities to deal with the crises that we face right now. The other thing I think, Chris, is that while Congress and there are going to be people up all night right now working on this $2 trillion bill. People are working really hard. They understand the extent of the tragedy. We also have to take a deep breath and ask how we got to be in a country where so many people are in financial despair right now. Where I worry
Wow, Joe Biden looks bad. Yo, He does not make me feel like he's gonna die in a second. Joe Biden looks dead compared to Bernie. And Bernie,
This program was saying, I can't feed my kids tomorrow. How did we get there? How do we have a healthcare system which was so unprepared, among many other things, for this epidemic?
Please, just say thank you and smile and say, I know what you're doing.
yeah, yesterday Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick suggested Monday night, Monday night that he would rather die from the rapid spread of the novel than see the instability of the American economy. Oh, he's such a hero. Twitter, CDC says that 27 cruises are associated with COVID-19 cases. So far, I know of 13 owned by the Big Four, Carnival, Royal, NCL, and MSC. Have you tested positive after a cruise or known about another chip? Reply, call. Yeah, they getting people sick. It should have been stopped that business from the get-go. Bernie Sanders says we must suspend rent and mortgage payments, evictions, and foreclosures across the country. We cannot abandon our people and allow families to be thrown out their homes during a pandemic. Luckner says the administration has stopped using science to fight the virus. Good luck, everyone. Luckner is freaking out nowadays. Luckner has an agenda. Wow. Breaking news. We have a Quarantine Nation report. Breaking news. According to Luckner, from Agenda Free TV, New York City has had 61 new cases of 61 new deaths, actually, not even cases of coronavirus. So my praise to all the New Yorkers, all the people that, man, my people from New York, we don't deserve this. Wow, 100 and yeah, this is getting crazy. The numbers are starting to roll little by little. We have over 1% death rate right now. So our death rate in New York City is going up. Updated New York City numbers. Citywide, there are 15,596 confirmed cases of coronavirus and 192 fatalities. They just added up 61 new deaths to the New York City tally. So, oh man, this is not good news. Man, it feels different when you giving the news of other states, of other countries, but when you're saying it when it's New York City, and you start thinking about all the people you know, all the family you have in New York City, it starts getting personal. So I kind of understand why Luckner was freaking out, because how can I have an agenda if you're being affected by it? It's no agenda. This is my reaction as a human being. So here, Governor Cuomo basically says, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Wow, New York City, I'm so sorry. Praise to all the New Yorkers. Man, I don't wanna make dying something so simple. Like I'm calling out numbers of people dying day by day. I don't know what's the best way to do this. I don't know if I should be doing this, because again, the family members are not gonna be able to have a moment to. They're not gonna have. It's worse because you're not gonna have a moment to go to the funeral for your loved ones. You're not gonna have time to go to your. You're not gonna have time to do nothing technically. So the least I could do is put an American flag for those people that lost their lives, Um, at this moment, there shouldn't be any division in our country. People should be comes together. We should actually take advantage of this moment to look, but aside of the line, aside of the aisles, and if you have something that you don't have a lot of things in common with some parts of America, this is that moment to care. If you're in Missouri, if you're in Texas, if you're in a small town, and you feel like, yeah, New Yorkers are Yankees, and if you feel that, we're Yankees, we're educated people that feel like we're better than everybody, yeah, we have those people in New York City. But you also have a lot of hardworking people that that don't deserve this, that don't deserve to be sick. I know there's a lot of animosity towards the Wall Street guys. The Wall Street guys right now are currently in the complex, and you cannot even say that because you have governors and senators. You have people in Trump's cabinet that got the coronavirus. So, oh man, oh man, oh man, New York City, Jesus. So currently we have 54,122 cases in the United States. Let me actually make sure I go to the John Hopkins ones because the GIS data that I'm using the GIS data that I'm using in my page, this data on the left is very outdated. Awesome. Put the American flag right there. All right. I'm gonna put the salute flag right there because I know how I know that like it's easy to just go back to the conversation of the flag. I know the flag has a lot of derogatory meanings around the flag, but one thing that I learned that in this type of cases, though, a lot of people rally behind the flag. A lot of people see the flag as a symbol of resistance. So if I'm able to use the flag right now to talk about, probably resisting this virus, fighting this virus. If some people rely on prayers, some people rely on government, some people rely on information like us. We like to be informed. An informed society is a society ready for anything. Oh, you gonna get roll up? Oh, should I go with you? You want me to come with you? I'll come. Actually, I'm gonna go on a sabbatical break. I'll be right back with you guys. The Ava Comedian podcast is coming back to you live. I'm gonna stay right here. I feel like I haven't gone outside today. Okay, nigga. Stop.
You should wash your hands, face, nose, and eyes.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up. I just came from the bathroom. Why would I not wash my hands? And my face. I did wash my face. And I took a shit. So I washed my hands before I took a shit. Then I took a shit and I washed my hands.
Yeah, that's how it should be every day, not just once.
Oh my God, it should be every day, not during coronavirus. You hear that, live? It should not just be during coronavirus. It should be a day-to-day thing. Wash your motherfucking hands. Dirty. I'm dirty. You dirty.